Hi, I'm Amy, and this is Art Conspiracy. So today, while I was teaching my watercolor class, one of my students, who also happens to be my sister, asked me about my system of water. I always say, have two pots of water, a clean one and a dirty one. And she, raised her hand in the Zoom class and said, well, what's your system? What's your system? And I thought, do I have a system, about this, around this? And I said, well, how many pots of water do you got? She said, three and a half. So anyway, today I'm going to do a quick watercolor, and it's going to be about the water, the dirty water and the clean water. And is there a system involved? I'm going to think it through and share my thought process with you as we go along. So this should be pretty fun. So let me change screens and I'll be right there. So here's my normal setup for doing a watercolor. I've got my watercolor sketch, which I did in marker, oddly enough, but I love to do it that way. One, because I really do love line. But also so that you can really see the demo and see the edges and see the form. And here's my paints. But normally this is kind of how I would have it set up. But today we are going to make the water front and center. So I'm going to spritz my colors. See if I can get a little bit more light. There we go. I'm going to spritz my colors. And like I said, it's not like something I've really thought about a whole lot. Okay, so I'm going to have a yellow and a violet. I'm going to use the complements. So I've got two perfectly clean pots of water to start out with. So let's get going. Now, I'm going to go to my perfectly clean water and go do my yellow right now, because yellow, if your water is at all dirty or your brush is at all dirty, your yellow gets corrupted so easily and it usually becomes sort of green. So I'm just gonna do a base color. And I got very pure. If I want to add some more water to that, look at that. I'm dipping in my clean water. It's not corrupting my yellow. There we go. Looks pretty nice. So throw that in the clean one. And then I'm going to blot this, make it really light on the light side, which I've decided is going to be on the left. Then I'm going to dab my brush. I'm going to get a little gamboge. Love the name of that, gamboge. It's nice to say. And while this is wet, I'm going to just drop in a little bit more color, just a variation, on the dark side, in the folds. And then, of course, this is the inside of the garment. So that'll be a little bit darker. There. Excellent. And I'm cleaning it in my water, which is now turning yellow. Okay, very interesting. So the next I'm going to go with violet. So I'm going to get a clean brush. And since I'm going to go with a dark color, I'm not worried about corrupting it. So I'm going to dip it in my yellow water. That's not going to make any difference to violet. So I guess I do have a bit of a system. So I'm going with my violet. I have my test sheet. I'm going to see if I like it. I do, but I am going to cut it down with a little Payne's gray, just because that's how I roll. I don't like to use the pure pigment. Let me bring this over here so you can see what the heck I'm doing. Picking up a little violet, little Payne's gray. It's a little bit more neutral. Okay, I'm going to make sure I got plenty. Okay, now I'm going in. Dark right next to the yellow. Oh yeah. And again, I'm just sort of doing my base color. Oh, I dipped it in there clean. Didn't really think about it. And again, I'm going to get darker. I'm going to go back to my yellow. That's not going to hurt anything. There we go. And now again, I'm going to go to the dark side and just punch up the value. Very nice. A little texture. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to go to my dirty water. Yeah. So I haven't touched this. So this is nice, pure water. Okay, I'm going to get a bigger brush, which I'm not sure what I'm going to do, maybe some background. So I'm going to just wet this with nice, clean water. Do I have a system yet? Still not entirely sure. Okay, I'm going to make a neutral background. So I'm going to take some of my flavoring. I have a red. These are all my browns, reds. I'm going to pick up that purple. I'm just going to mix all this residue. Here's some green. Mix them up, taking up. Oh, put it in the dirty. Put it in the dirty. Mix it up and see. Look at this. Yeah, I'm getting a neutral color. Love it. Still a little bit on the warm side, which is fine. It's just something to observe. I can pick up some more blue. Here's some Prussian blue. That's pretty strong. Make a nice background color. Okay. This isn't really a mixing class so much as a water experiment class. Okay, now I'm going to do my background. I'm going to leave a little bit of light of the line, the clothesline. Dirty water, dirty water. Just going to spread this out. Got some more here. Leaving my brush strokes nice and chunky. So I like it. Now, this is the dark side of my clo. So I'm going to blot that and make that even lighter. So it's light, dark, dark, light. So it's always kind of the opposite. So things really stand out. So I went into the clean water. There you go. Oh, look, it's got a little bit of a tint. All right, so my brush, because I dipped it in the clean water, super, super clean. Very nice. Now, I guess the bottom line is if I'm going to go into a dark color, like I just picked up a really strong Prussian blue, and I'm going to get some red. Let's see what I got here. Oh, really strong. Okay. And I'm going to add this. Just adding some more darks to really punch up that value difference. Okay, so now my brush is really dirty. So I'm not going to go into this one, or I'm going to have two equally dirty. So I'm going to keep any dark colors into the dirty cup. Looking good. Now, let's say I want to use, I want to get a little bit more yellow. So I'm going to go into the clean one, pick up my yellow. I'll use the yellow the clean water to spread that yellow around. Oh, look at this. Okay, yellow, I'm going to go in this one. But now I'm going to pick up that brown again. I left this part. There, and that's pretty light. I can probably do either one. So I don't know. Do I have a system? Not sure about that. Let's say I'm going to get some red. Let's just have some fun with this. Let's say we're going to do stripes. Do I put it in this one or this one? This one. I think so, yeah. So light, dark. And then at some point, I'm going to have to throw one of these away and get another clean one. So I don't know if I've answered the question. I might have to do a more complicated watercolor. Not sure about this. So do I have a system? I think I have a little bit of a system. Clean your brush. Dark colors in this one. Reserve this for if your brush is already clean and you just need to water something down. You don't want to taint the color or make it muddy or make it dirty. or if you're using yellow for sure, because yellow again gets corrupted super easily. So you want to have a nice clean pot. Eventually everything gets dirty and then you got to throw everything away and start over. So guess that's it. Bye from Art Conspiracy. I sure like making these videos. Appreciate you out there watching. You can see my doggy's tail over there. Look at her. She's laying on a couch. Okay. See you later. Bye.